Good evening. Thank you. 1 year ago, I introduced my father when he declared his candidacy. In his own way, and through his own sheer force of will, he sacrificed greatly to enter the political arena as an outsider, and he rebelled against a field of 16 very talented competitors. For more than a year, Donald Trump has been the people's champion, and tonight he is the people's nominee. Like many of my fellow millennials, I do not consider myself categorical Republican or Democrat. More than party affiliation, I vote based on what I believe is right for my family, for my country. Sometimes it is a tough choice. That's not the case this time. As a proud daughter of your nominee, I am here to tell you that this is the moment and Donald Trump is the person to make America great again. Real change, the kind we have not seen in decades, is only going to come from outside the system, and is only going to come from a man who spent his entire life doing what others said could not be done. My father is a fighter. When his primaries got tough and they were tough, he did what any great leader does. He dug deeper, he worked harder, got better, and became stronger. I have seen him fight for his family. I have seen him fight for his employees. I have seen him fight for his company. And now I am seeing him fight for our country. It's been the story of his life, and more recently, the spirit of his campaign. It's also a prelude of reaching the goal that unites all of us. With this party, and better still, this country knows what it is like to win again. If it is possible to be famous and yet not really well done, that describes the father who raised me. In the same office in Trump Tower, where we now work together, I remember playing on the floor by my father's desk, interesting miniature buildings with Legos and interactors, while he did the same with the concrete, steel, and glass. My father taught my siblings and me the importance of positive values and a strong ethical compass. He showed us how to be resilient and to deal with challenges and how to strive for excellence in all that we do. He taught us that there is nothing that we cannot accomplish if we marry vision and passion with enduring work ethic. One of my father's great talents is the ability to see the potential in people before they see it in themselves. It was like the first growing up. He taught that potential vanishes into nothing without effort. And like him, we each had a responsibility to work, not just for ourselves, but for the betterment of the world around us. Over the years, on too many occasions to count, I saw my father tear stories out of the newspaper about people whom he had never met, who were facing injustice and hardship. He'd write a note to his assistant in a signature of black felt tip pen and request that person to file and invite it to Trump Tower to meet them. He would talk to them and then draw upon his extensive network to find them a job or get them a break. And they would leave his office as people so often do after having with Donald Trump, feeling that life could be great again. Throughout my entire life, I have witnessed his empathy and generosity towards others, especially those who are suffering. It's just his way of being in your corner when you're down. My father not only has the strength and ability necessary to be our next president, but also the kindness and compassion that will enable him to be the leader that this country needs. My father had a sense of fairness and touches every conviction he told. I work alongside him for now more than a decade now at the Trump organizations, and I've seen how he operates as a leader, making important decisions that shape careers and life change. I've learned a lot about work from working construction jobs by his side. When run properly, construction sites are a true meritocracy. Competence in the building trades is easy to spot, and incompetence is impossible to hide. These eyes are also incredible melting pots, gathering people from all walks of life and united them to work towards a single mission. There have all been men of background of ethnicities of my father's job sites, and long before it was commonplace, you also saw women. My father values talent. He recognizes real knowledge and skill when he finds it. He is colorblind and gender neutral. He hires the best persons for a job, period. Words and promises, no matter how visionary they sound, will only get you so far. In our business, you're not a builder unless you got a building to show for it. Or in my father's case, city skylines. Most people thrive their entire lives to achieve great success in a single industry. My father has succeeded in many on the highest level and on a global scale. One of the reasons he has thrived as an entrepreneur is because he listens to everyone. Billionaire executives don't usually ask the people doing the work for the opinion of the work. My father is an exception. On every one of his projects, you'll see him talking to the super, the painter, the engineers, the musicians, and he'll ask them for their feedback. If they think something should be done differently or could be done better. When the Trump is in charge, all that counts is ability, effort, and excellences. This has long been a philosophy at the Trump organization. My father's company, there's more female than male executives. Women are paid equally for the work that we do. And when a woman becomes a mother, she is supported, not shut down. Women represent 46% of the total U.S. labor force, and 40% of American households are female primary breadwinners. In 2014, women made 83% of every dollar made by men. Single women without children earn 94% for each dollar earned by a man, whereas married mothers make only 77 cents. And researchers have noted gender is no longer the factor creating the greatest wages discrepancies in this country. Motherhood is. As president, my father will change the labor laws that were put into play at a time when women are not significant positions in the workforce, and will focus on making quality childcare affordable and accessible for all. As a mother myself of 3 young children, I know how hard it is to work while raising a family, and I also know that I'm far more fortunate than the most. American families need relief. Policies allow women with children to thrive, not novelties that should be the norm. Politicians talk about the wage inequality, but my father has made it a practice at the company throughout his entire career. He will fight for equal pay for equal work, and I will fight for this too. right alongside him. Americans today need an economy that permits people to rise again. A Trump presidency will turn the economy around and restore the great American tradition of giving each new generation hope for brighter opportunities than those of the generation that came before. In Donald Trump, you have a candidate who knows the difference between wanting something done and making it happen. Mara says that he will build a tower, keep an eye on the skyline. Floor by floor, a soaring structure will appear, usually course-setting in essay and iconic in design design. Real people are hired to do real work. Vision becomes reality. When my father says that he will make America great again, he will deliver. We have a change this year. Fortunately, Donald Trump is incapable of thinking small. When I was a child, my father always told me, Ivanka, if you are going to be thinking anyway, you might as well think big. As president, my father will take on the bold and worthy fights. He will be unafraid to set lofty goals and he will be relentless in his determinations to achieve them. To people all over America, I say, when you have my father in your corner, you will never again have to worry about being let down. We'll fight for you all the time, all the way, every time. Maybe it's a dilapidation, but a drum cannot stand to see empty Main Street or boarded up factory. And mothers who can't afford the childcare to require to return to work better than the lives in their families. Other politicians see these hardships, see the unfairness of it all, and they say, I feel for you. Only my father will say, I'll fight for you. The hard-working men and women in this country identify with his father. He's tough and he's deserving. He's the honest and he's real. He's an optimist and he's a relentless believer in America and all of her potential. He loves his family and he loves his country with his heart and his soul. Politicians act to be a judge, but their promises, not their results. I ask you to judge my father by his results. Judge his values by those he installed in his children. Judge his competencies by towers he built, the companies he founded, and the tens of thousands of jobs he created. He is the single most qualified to serve as chief executive of an 18 trillion economy. My father will call upon the best and the brightest people from all spheres in industry in both side and outside, a new set of thinkers, to face our country's existing and future problems with fresh perspective and bring new solutions. Come January 17, all things will be possible again. We can hope and dream and think big again. No one has more faith in American people than my father. He will be your greatest, your truest, and your most loyal champion. This is the fighter, the doer that you have chosen your nominee in ways that no one expected. This moment in the life of our country he defined as a mission and given it to an extraordinary man. He's ready to see it all the way through to speak to every man and every woman and every background and every part of this great country to earn your trust and to earn your vote. You earned that and much more from me a long time ago. I loved and respected him my entire life, and I could not be more proud tonight to present to you and to all of America my father and our next president, Donald J. Trump.